welcome to Meaningful Conversations. One thing I miss the most about being, like having the freedom to be out there and meeting people, is just how much I learn from being with different people, you know. And I was thinking today, and I was reflecting on how I have learned very valuable lessons from each and every individual that I've ever crossed paths with, you know. And I love these African proverbs, which I'm gonna paraphrase, or it says something like, we are a result of many people. Basically, you know, how I understand that is that we are where we're at because of different people and different contributions, and it doesn't have to be in terms of monetary or material value or just parenting. Sometimes it's the people that are kind, that express kindness to you, or warmth. The other day when we were meeting with some friends of ours, we were just reflecting on this journey of divorce, you know. And I remember one of the ladies was just sharing how she had come across an unexpected person who reminded her of who she was and saw value in her, you know. And I know Hore, I mean, if you've ever been on this path of divorce, it's not like a breakup. It's something I can even say divine about it. It's terrible. It's traumatic, you know. And not that I'm ganging if I do breakups. I know some breakups are very terrible, you know. But divorce is like, it's on another level. So as I was reflecting on what this lady was saying, I had to reflect on my life as well, that at some point I had lost, I didn't know who I was. I didn't know my value. And even if for a slight second I understood how much value I brought on this world, I was afraid that other people would not recognize it, you know. And yeah, that's just something else. And I had to reflect on some of the people that I came across, you know, in unexpected forms, if I could put it that way, in relationships that didn't work out or didn't get off the ground, in people that, relationships that didn't get off the ground, people that I just communicated with and maybe even ghosted me, and people that I just met maybe while in a queue somewhere, and they exchanged like information about themselves, you know. And people whose lives I was able to read about, you know, either from the media or whatever, you know. In all of those experiences, somehow one is able to find parts of themselves, you know. And I was having an interesting conversation with my son today, and he said something interesting. In all of us there's God. And he said he was telling me why he was afraid to sleep alone. He says he was afraid to sleep in his own room alone because he was afraid to be alone, and that he wanted to have somebody with him because that meant that God was with him, because another person being with him means that God is with him. And I was like, wow, if we only knew that in each one of us, in each of our DNA, our identity, we carry with ourselves the Most High, how much more different would we treat each other? You know, how much more would we value each other? How much more would we honor each other? How much more would we give each other the vulnerability and the truth of how we are and who we are, and how much more would there be trust among us, how much more would relationships thrive, you know. But anyway, that's all I'm going to share with you guys. Yeah, there's little time to talk about really deep matters, so please bear with us, and I hope they make sense, whatever we share. But thank you so much for listening. As Cindy would say, please comment, subscribe, and like. Signing out from Meaningful Conversations. Bye.